I hope everyone are able to hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for the response. Yeah, so we'll go through the entire course structure, like what we are going to go through, like the next 45 days of training on Azure AI. So basically, this course is about Azure AI, which covers what are all the services that are available with respect to artificial intelligence in Azure. Okay, so to start with, so we'll first cover the Microsoft Azure fundamentals. So before going to the AI, you just need to understand what are the Azure fundamentals, where we teach like and how this Azure is built, like what is the Azure architecture and what are the services they are providing, and then we'll discuss on Azure management and governance, on how to manage the account and how to govern the accounts. So, so with respect to Microsoft Azure fundamentals, so we'll be discussing on at the high level about what is Azure, and then the second chapter is we'll discuss on the fundamentals of Azure AI. So from here we'll start on core concept of AI. So here we'll cover all the fundamental AI concepts. So what are the services that are provided by Azure? So we'll be covering at high level, and then after covering at the high level, then we'll start going in deep. So machine learning, natural language processing, deep learning, and computer vision and Gen AI. So all these are like part of the Azure AI services, which we will start covering it from the starting point of the machine learning. Okay, so machine learning is the starting point where you will be learning about the core concept of machine learning and what are the different type of machine learning and what are the models like present in the machine learning. Like we have supervised models and we have unsupervised models. So we'll be covering all the models which are very important. And we'll do is like we'll start taking different data sets, and then we'll start training data sets on different machine learning models, so that you'll also get an hands-on. So and also like after getting the hands-on and after getting the understanding on machine learning, so what we'll do is like then we'll go to the Azure AI and see what are the services they are providing with respect to machine learning. So this entire machine learning topic will do the perform the hands-on from the local systems as well as from the AI side, I mean Azure side as well. Okay, so from the local systems, basically we use VS Code. So using the VS Code, we'll start understand how to train any machine learning model, and how to test any machine learning model, how to check the accuracy. So everything we'll get to know end to end. So after that, we'll jump to the Azure, what Azure is providing in terms of machine learning, and we'll start using the services, and we'll show you like how we can build the application through Azure as well. Okay, so after this, the next chapter is natural language processing. So where Azure is providing so many services with respect to natural language processing, where we have text analysis and question answering systems, and then we have conversational language understanding, and we have Azure AI speech language translation. So basically, all these are services that are provided by Azure. So for doing this different tasks, like AI speech, nothing but converting the speech route to text, and then text to speech, and then what are the text we are providing, the system should be able to understand that. For that we have this conversational language understanding, and then to build any question answering system, we can also do that using the language service part of the Azure. And also we have the text analysis, so which we can also perform using this language service. So initially we learn about all the basic the natural language processing, and what are the different pre-processing steps involved, what are the post-processing steps involved. Later on we'll jump into the what are services provided by the Azure. So after this we'll dig into deep learning. So deep learning is a subset of machine learning, so which has been created because of there are some limitations with regarding to machine learning. So deep learning got evolved. So in deep learning we'll be learning on neural net and what are the different type of neural networks available, and how to build a neural network, and what are the architectures currently we're using in the real time. So all this will be covering under deep learning. So after deep learning, then the document intelligence, this computer vision, Gen AI, so all these are built using the deep learning. Okay, so here the first deep learning model is called document intelligence and knowledge mining. This is also one of the service built by Azure using this deep learning technology, where we will understand about the overview of document intelligence and how to use in our real-time project. So all these things we'll be learning in that. And then we have knowledge mining and Azure ASH. So knowledge mining is all about finding the relevant information that is required us. Okay, for doing that we have the knowledge mining service, and Azure AI Search is something like a search engine which we can build it using Azure AI Search. So these things will be covering under document intelligence and knowledge mining. And then we have the next service called computer vision. So computer vision all about identifying the text from the images, identifying the objects from the images, recognizing the objects from the images. So all these things will be done. So during this chapter, we will cover all the overview of the computer vision and how facial recognition works and how OCR works and how the object recognition works. Everything we'll be discussing on the computer vision, and later we'll cover on what are the services that are provided by Azure in terms of computer vision. And the last chapter is generative AI. So it's a modern technology which has been evolved from last 2 to 3 years. So we'll discuss on what is Gen AI and for building this generative AI. So what is the architecture that is behind this generative AI and what Azure is providing in terms of generative AI we'll be discussing. So within Azure we have Azure AI Studio. So using that we have to create the LLM models, nothing but generative AI models. So after creating that we can start using it. Okay. So for generative AI, prompt engineering is also one of the important concept where we will also covering the prompt engineering. So how you can provide the instructions to the generative AI model so that they can behave accordingly. Like what are the output you want, so what format of output you want, how much of length you want in the output. So and how you can tweak the input by using the prompt engineering technique. So all these things we're learning in generative AI. Okay. So total 8 chapters are there. So basically to cover all these chapters like mainly machine learning, natural language processing, and then we have deep learning, and then we have document intelligence, computer vision, generative AI. For all this we require at least a basic Python knowledge. Okay, so Python, so few people are coming from the non-technical background, so few people are coming from the technical background, so it's a mix of both. Okay, so that is the reason why, so we also have a 1 week course on Python, so which will be teaching you the Python crash course, which is important for you, and you can directly apply the learnings of Python on the above topic. Okay, so for that, like what is needed to implement the projects, so you'll be learning everything in the Python crash course. So this is the entire structure of the Azure AI course, and we have some certifications as well in terms of Azure AI. So by taking the course, like you'll be able to crack these certifications. So first certification is like Azure AI Fundamentals, so also called as AI 900, which is for only for beginners. And this certification mainly covers the fundamental AI concepts and how we can implement using Microsoft Azure services. So it is suitable for both technical and non-technical background. So what are the skills required are like you need to understand about the machine learning principles and about computer vision and natural language processing and generative AI. So which is part of this course. So you can easily crack this Azure AI fundamental certifications by taking the course. So not only that, we have two more certifications. One is called Azure AI Engineer Associate, so which is at the level of intermediate. So this certification is mainly focusing on implementation, where on the AI solution development and then deploying the applications and maintenance. So using these certifications, they will measure the computer vision, natural language processing, knowledge mining, and Gen AI information. Of this entire knowledge will be like tested by using this certification. And then we have Azure Data Scientist Associate, so which is also a intermediate level. So this mainly focuses on applying the data science and machine learning techniques using the Azure Machine Learning. So basically, it is ideal for those who want to build their application machine learning models, who want to train the machine learning models, and who want to deploy that. So this entire Azure Data Scientist Associate certification is all about demonstrating your skill set on how you prepare the data and how you train the models and how we evaluate and deploy the model. So these are the main three certifications, so which help you by taking this course. Like you'll be able to crack all the three certifications. Mainly first one and two you'll be able to do it. Here we have a data science. So the data science also covers not only machine learning, it also covers the statistical part as well. Okay, which is not part of this course, but you will have most of the knowledge that you want to crack this Azure Data Scientist Associate. From my side, I'll recommend one and two, because our course is fully part of this certifications to crack this. So this is the entire course, so which will be covering in next once enroll. So you're open for queries. If you have any queries, you can ask me.
Sir, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, this is even there. I want to know about see how Azure AI work
So
for
basically, what I can tell you is like normal designations. When now someone is hiring you, they will hire you as a AI engineer. So these AI engineers, what they will do in real time, in real world, is like they will start training their models using either one of the cloud, either Azure or either AWS, either Google Cloud. Okay, so hiring for they particularly don't hire for Azure AI. Okay, they will hire for AI engineers. So within the AI engineer, this is one of the skill set. Azure AI is the one of the skill set.
One thing, if I search in Google to find out Azure AI related jobs, how we will
Mm.
find, sir?
So you need to directly search for with AI engineers only. AI engineers or machine learning developer, Azure AI engineers. Okay, because like so, what are the course we are covering, right? So it is also for AI engineers. It is for machine learning developer. Okay, and who wish to learn Azure and also AI as well. For those, this entire course is built basically.
Then we will basically search as AI engineers.
Yes, AI engineers or like you can search with machine learning developers. Yes, hi.
My question is that how were the ML part like in Google Cloud? It is Vertex AI, SageMaker is there in AWS. So the relevant part in Azure AI,
Machine
how we are
learning
going to
studio.
cover those parts.
So we are
We are looking
targeting
for
and
so we'll start from like preparing data set till deployment. We'll be covering in this Azure Studio.
yes. Start from training, not just in Azure Studio. We'll also show you how to train in local as well, in offline as well. I'll show you like how to take a data set and how to train a machine learning model and how to evaluate that. Not only that, we'll just offline and we will cover both. Okay, both like offline will cover and then to the Azure side, how you can do it and how you can implement the same process. I will be showing under Azure AI Studio.
So local is it is a but like in cloud the cost is involved. So we need to do it fast, otherwise it take so long if it is not in the right. I suppose I don't have much.
Basically we will take like a data set of less size. Okay, so because of this the training will be faster.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah.
Hi, I have a question like what is the course duration?
The
And
duration
the
is
second question
45
is
days
45 days, and it is going to be happen every day from Monday to Friday.
Yes, Monday to Friday every day it will happen.
Okay, and the second question is like as you mentioned that there is a Python crash course,
Mm.
and I have a background of .NET.
Mm.
I do not have knowledge on the Python. So
Mm.
is 1 week crash course would be sufficient for me to
Yeah.
further move on this Azure AI training?
Yes, it is very much enough because we are targeting on Python, keeping this course in the mind. So because of that, like we have prepared in such a way the entire crash course. So there is no issue in that. So it is very easy. Python is very easy, just like we have C language. The same way, Python also looks like the same concepts you will be covering. So like so this course of 1 week is enough for you to get started with this Azure AI.
Chandra, are you covering that Python in this?
Yes, I'm covering the Python as well. So we have 1 week of Python crash course because, as I mentioned, like there are many people coming from non-technical background as well, and also few people are not aware. Like just one of our colleagues said he is having experience on .NET, not in Python. So we have. So that is the reason why we brought like the Python crash.
But I think like that would be give the basic for the Python. But when we move further to the Azure AI services during our implementation to all these steps up to generative AI, there will be a lot that we need to learn about the Python because the Python has itself a big library of NumPy and there are other libraries also. So
Yes.
that means in the parallel we will have to also learn the Python's advanced.
So basically, what you have to understand is like every tool like NumPy or Pandas or any other package. Okay. So this is something like someone has developed it. Okay. It's just a library where you have to import that library and start using it. Okay. So however you do a function calling, however you're creating the class and creating object for it, the same way you have to call each and every method, the library which you're importing. Okay. So
Mhm.
it is no different from the concept of OOPS. Okay, object oriented programming if entirely same. So what you'll be learning in this Python crash course is like you'll understand what are the different type of data types are there and what are the Python data types are like list tuples, and then we have dictionaries and we have sets. Okay, you'll understand that, and you'll understand what are functions, and then you'll understand what is the OOPS concept, and then you'll understand how to install a library like package and how to import it and how to use them. The entire thing will be covered under the Python crash course. So no need to worry about the Python level or advanced level. There is no need to worry because the Python crash course ends right in between our course implementation. If something new is coming, okay. So then myself will take it and will explain you what is what. Okay. So hence because of this covering the intermediate, so basic, intermediate as well as advanced. So what I'll do is like for few of the chapters like machine learning and then natural language processing and then like Gen AI, so I'll be covering the projects. Okay, for each of these chapters we have the project. For remaining, so basically which you can use as part of the applications. So what I'll do is like as a task, okay, for each and every day I can't give you a task, but I'll give a 1 week task. So where I'll provide you the problem statement. So from the problem statement, you should be able to come up with the solution for that. So by using the services, which we'll be discussing. Okay. So suppose you're having any doubts in implementing the task, you can come up with me. You can ask a query, and I'll be able to solve the query, and you can start trying that. Okay. Because thing is like I'll be showing my own projects which I performed, and also from your side as well. Like I'll be giving a problem statement for you to implement. So like this, because of this, what happens is like so you yourself will know much more than what I'm teaching you. Okay, and as well as you'll be getting the much more hands-on. Okay, actually for the first time when whoever is creating the Azure account, right, so they'll be giving 1 year free subscription. So in the 1 year free subscription, like there are so many Azure services that are offered for free, so you can use them till 1 year, so for the learning purpose.
Okay.
Any queries?
When when is this course starting?
Yeah, hi Saurabh.
Yeah, hi, Chandra. When is this course starting?
Yeah,
I'm audible.
which model?
No, I'm asking when will this course start?
This will be communicated by the coordinator with you, like when the course gets started. They'll be waiting for at least 1 week for the students to get enrolled. Okay. So once they are enrolled, then they will start from the next week. So suppose like today is like Saturday. So next week they'll start waiting till they get sufficient enroll from all the students. So once it is done, then the enrolling will close, and from the next week, the day after next week, like it will start. Okay, like mostly it will start from the October 6th, like that. Like today is Saturday, right? So they'll be giving 1 week of time for everyone to enroll. After this, like they'll start from the October 6th.
And apart from Saturday, Sunday, like we might have some holidays, Diwali or that. So
Yeah,
there
you'll
will be no
have
holiday.
the holidays. Yeah, we'll have the holidays during the weekdays. When it's something is coming in weekdays, so you'll have the public holiday during that time.
Yeah. Okay.
The timing of this like sessions, what will be the
So timing is mostly it will be during the evening time, like either 7:30 to 8:30 or 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So it's all about how many students are getting enrolled for this course and what time they're preferring. So basis on that, the time will be finalized. So mostly it will be evening because I see most people are from are from are the working professionals. So who has to work from morning to evening. So from after post evening they'll be free. So like mostly people prefer during the evening time.
okay?
To me, they committed means I was waiting for a morning one because I mean, and my timing starts from 11. So for me, they told that it will be morning 9:30 to.
Yeah, so it's all about like how many people are enrolling, okay, and it's all about what is the preferred timing they want to have it. Okay, if the people want to have the course during the morning time, okay, like 8:30 to 9:30 like that, so it is also fine, okay, but it's all about the majority voting, I feel. So like how the students are getting or preferring the timing. So based on that, we'll be setting it, but no worries. So each and every session we have it right daily, so the session will be recorded. Okay, suppose like if you're missing one session, so directly you can go to the recording, and you can go to the recording as well, and come up with the queries on the next day. Okay, if suppose like you're missing the session on that particular day, so recordings are in place each and every each and every day. And as well, so we have the documents as well. So after each and every chapter we'll be sharing you the documents, okay, what we have thought on entire chapters. So if no further queries are left, so what I'll do is like I'll just take a small demo, okay, on part of this one of the session for natural language processing. So I'll just take a small demo on that. Let me share. So as a part of the demo, I'm going to show you like about NLP. So basically for today's agenda, so we'll be teaching about what is NLP and what are the different type of text processing steps involved. Okay, so understand what is NLP. The NLP is abbreviated as natural language processing. So the reason why we have this natural language processing is because, so basically the computers can only understand the numbers. Okay, it cannot understand the text directly. Whenever you give some text data to it as an input, it cannot understand it directly. Okay, so what the computers can understand, it can only understand the numbers only. Okay, so this natural language processing will act as an intermediate system, okay, to help the computers understand the human language. So what are the daily human language we are speaking? So since directly it is not understandable by the computers, okay, so that is the reason why we have this natural language processing come into the picture, so which help the computer systems understand these languages, so that there will not be any language barrier in between the computer system and the human language and the human. Okay, so that is the reason why we have this concept of natural language processing. So there are three main things why we use natural language processing. So first thing is like to perform the text pre-processing for cleaning the text data. So first task is to perform the cleaning of the text data. We have this NLP. Will you can use this NLP for that. And one more thing is like we will have a unstructured data. Okay, unstructured data is nothing but, so you might see so much of data in the real time world. Like we can see paragraphs, and then we can see like bullet points. You can see some table data that is present in between the paragraph. So each and every data which you are seeing in the real time world is a unstructured data. Okay, so for converting the unstructured data to the structured data, we'll also use this natural language processing. Okay, so here the unstructured data is nothing but any data you take, the data is in the form of text, which is in the form of paragraphs, in the form of sentences, which is in the form of larger documents. So everything is a unstructured data. Okay, structured data is nothing but the data which is in the form of table data. Table data means we know like a table will have columns, a table will have a rows. So like that, for converting the unstructured data to the structured data, we'll also use this natural language processing. So why we have to convert into structured data is because whenever you want to train any machine learning models or AI models, basically these models require only the structured data directly. I mean, to train any model we require structured data. Okay, so that is the reason why we'll take the unstructured data and we'll convert to the structured data. This structured data we will feed it to the AI models, so that AI models learn from the data and start doing the prediction. Okay, so that is the second reason why we use NLP. And the third reason is like, so conversion of the text data into vector. So that enables us to feed vector data to AI ML models. So basically, so as I mentioned, computers cannot understand the like the text directly, right? So that is the reason why we have this natural language processing. Okay, so what this natural language processing will do is like it will take the text data. Okay, it can be the paragraphs, it can be sentences, or it can be words. Everything it will take as a text data. That text data will convert into vectors. So don't confuse, vectors are nothing but these are like numbers. So this text data will be converted into numbers. So because of this, after conversion of the number, directly we can feed it to the AML models. Okay, so three things. One is for cleaning the data, cleaning the text data, and the second thing is like converting the unstructured data to the structured data to feed to the AI model. And the third thing is like converting the entire structured data into vector data, nothing but the number data, and feed into AML model. So these are the three reasons why we have this NLP. Now let's understand about the reprocessing steps. Okay, so directly, so what are the text data we are having? Directly we cannot convert the data into structured data because the data might have duplicate, the data might have so many repetitive words. Okay, we have to clean it first. After cleaning the data, then we will go to the next step, converting the data from unstructured data to the structured data. Okay, so for today, let's understand some of the methods that are part of this text pre-processing or the cleaning data. So tokenization, so tokenizing is the first pre-processing step for cleaning the data. So basically tokenizing is nothing but it's all about, let's take a sentence. This sentence will be splitting into words. Okay, so for example, we have this sentence. Okay, input is like first sentence of NLP dot second sentence of NLP. We have two sentences here. Okay, so first we perform the word tokenization. So word tokenization is nothing but splitting up the entire sentence into word. Okay, so this is my input. So after performing the operation on the by using this word tokenization, after performing the operation, so you'll be getting this output. Okay, where you'll find first comma sentence comma of comma NLP comma dot is also taken as a single word. Okay, second comma sentence comma of comma NLP. Okay, so we are taking the input as this entire sentence and we are converting into words here. Okay, each and everything is a word here. So this is called as a word tokenization. Okay, splitting the sentence into words is called as word tokenization. And in the same way, we have the sentence tokenization as well. Okay, let's take a paragraph. Okay, this paragraph entirely will not in words, will split into sentence. So converting the paragraph into sentences is called as sentence tokenization. And for example, the same input I am taking, and once we apply this sentence tokenization on top of it, so what you'll be getting is like we'll be getting sentences. So this input is entirely a paragraph. Okay, we have two sentences making a paragraph. So once we apply the sentence tokenization, so we'll see a list of sentences. So this is the first sentence. Okay, and then we have comma here, and then we have the second sentence of NL. So like this, the first step of the pre-processing is called as tokenization. So we have two things. One is called word tokenization and second is sentence tokenization. The word tokenization is all about splitting the sentence into words or tokens is called word tokenization, and sentence tokenization is all about splitting the entire paragraph into sentence. Okay, so this is one of the pre-processing step of this cleaning data. So let's perform the same thing through the code. Currently, you might not be aware of Python. You people are not aware. I can understand, but I just want to show you as part of this like demo. Okay, so during the Python crash course, you'll be learning everything. So what I'm doing is like NLTK is one of the package which is used to perform this natural language processing. Okay, so what I'll do is like so just like any language like C language or C++, Java, .NET, we import the libraries, right? In the same way, what I'm doing is like I'm importing the library called NLTK here. So now I have imported the library. So this button is to run current cell. So the box you are seeing is called a cell. So you'll be running this. So currently I have run. It took me 11 seconds. Okay. So now let's perform the same thing. So what we understood is like we understood the word tokenization, right? So let me implement the same thing Python. You might not be, let's just understand that. Okay, no need to like dig deeper into that because anyway we'll be covering as part of this Python crash course. Okay, so what I'm doing is like so I have imported NLTK. From the NLTK again we have the sub packages. So what I'm doing is like from the NLTK.tokenize importing the word tokenize. So word tokenize is one of the method of the NLTK package which I'm importing, which is useful to perform the word tokenization. So here I'm taking some sample variable. So this sample variable is called word code. So which is having a sample text data. Okay, the text is like, sir, I protest. I'm not a merry man. Okay, this is the sample. So what I'll do is like to perform this word tokenization, I will give this input to the word tokenize method. So it will be able to tokenize the entire sentence into words. So what I'm doing is like whatever thing I've imported, I'm just using the same thing in the code, word tokenize. This is one of the method. With this method or a function, I am passing my input. That is called as word code. Okay, my input I am passing. So once I pass the input, so one this word tokenization function gets called and it will provide you the result. So that result I'm storing in one more new variable called as words in code, and finally I am printing. So in Python, this is the way to print, just print of the variable name. Okay, so like this I'm doing. After that, I just want to execute this to show you the output. So if you can clearly see, so this is my input, right? Sir, I protest. I'm not a merry man. This is a sentence. And for this, the output is sir, comma, and we have comma as well after sir. So that is also taken as one of the token. So comma, I comma, protest comma, dot comma, I comma, am comma, not comma. So till the end, you can see each and every word as part of the sentence is split into tokens. So this is called as a word tokenization. Okay, similarly, we have a sentence tokenization as well. So just few lines of code, like 3 to 4 lines of code, you'll be able to implement this kind of a tasks. Okay, so here I'm importing the same package again, NLTK. So NLTK dot tokenize, I am importing this time sentence tokenize. So sentence tokenize I am importing from this package. So finally what you can do simply is like you will have to take one input string. This is my entire input paragraph. I'm assigning to the variable. So this variable is an input. This variable I am passing to this sentence tokenize method. Okay, so in the sentence tokenize method I am passing my input called example string. Finally directly I'm printing it. I'm not storing anything in a variable, directly I'm printing it. So after doing this you'll see here the entire paragraph is converted into sentence. Okay, so this is the first sentence, the one I'm highlighting. So comma, and then we have a second sentence, comma, and then we have a third sentence. Okay, so the entire thing is converted into 3 sentences here. Okay, so this is called as sentence tokenization. So basically, this is how you can implement both word tokenization and sentence tokenization as part of this natural language processing text cleaning process. So this is one of the method of this concept of cleaning, performing the pre-processing of the NLP data. And the second, let's understand the second concept as well. So the second concept is called as stop words. So stop words. Let's understand what is stop words first. So stop words are nothing but there are words which are very repetitive in nature. So basically, what are the words which are more repetitive are? So these are the common words. Like suppose we have taken example of in, and we have is, and and. These are basically the words which are actually used to connect different words to form an entire sentence. Okay, to actually enable the grammatical meaning, we have this kind of a repetitive words called in, is, and. So according to our machine learning models, these words like in, is, and then we have other words like of, at, with. So these are repetitive words. Okay, so these words doesn't hold any meaning according to the machine learning models. So that is the reason why we have the concept of stop words removal. So the words which are repetitive in nature are called as stop words. So these stop words are not that much beneficial to the machine learning models. Okay, so that is the reason. So we have to remove these stop words. So for example, we have a sentence called as input. So the same input I'm taking here. Okay, first sentence of NLP dot second sentence of NLP. So after removing the stop words here, okay, this is my output is in the form of tokens here. So if we clearly observe here, there is no word like off in the output. Okay, the word off is missing because it is repetitive in nature, and this is part of the stop words. Okay, so remaining words like first comma, sentence comma, NLP dot second dot sentence comma NLP. Okay, you cannot see the word off here because it is a stop word. Okay, this is removed from the entire input data. Okay, so in this way, since this is not that much beneficial for the machine learning models because they are very repetitive in nature and also takes extra space as part of this computer processing. So that is the reason why we have to remove this kind of a stop words. Okay, so for in terms of implementation, let me also show you about how to remove it. So basically this analytical library has okay, what are the stop words in given language. Okay, so what I'm doing is like I'm importing the stop words method. So if you want to know what are the stop words that are present in terms of language English, okay, you can also find it by just using the stop words dot words. Within that you need to mention the language you want to use. I want to use the language English, and I just want to know what are the stop words that are present in the English. Okay, so what I did is like I just run this to print this. So these are the some of the stop words here. So do not worry if you're not understanding it because we are just showing it as a demo, right? So do not worry about that. So we'll have everything from the scratch. So basically what I want to show is like I want to show what are the stop words that are present in language English. Okay, we have at, you will, had, any, nor, itself, about. So there are so many stop words are there. Okay, so all these are stop words basically, so which has to be removed from our input data. Okay, so let's implement this stop words using some example here. So the input I am taking here is like to remove the stop word is like, sir, I protest, I'm not a merry man. So this is my input.